Tonight, I speak not from theory but from experience. I once walked deep in the world of darkness and learned how deception operates through fear, symbols, and dreams. Many people wake up confused and afraid, wondering why certain visions repeat in their sleep, and why their peace is suddenly disturbed. This message is not meant to create panic, but to bring clarity, light, and spiritual awareness. When truth is revealed, darkness loses its power. These 7 dreams are not meant to trap you in fear, but to awaken you to prayer, discernment, and the authority God has given you to overcome every hidden work of evil. Dreams are not always meant to frighten you or define your future, but to awaken your spirit to what needs attention. When you understand that dreams can be signals and not sentences, fear loses its grip and faith begins to rise within you. Many people assume that every disturbing dream is a curse, yet wisdom teaches us that some dreams are simply calls to prayer and reflection. Instead of waking up anxious, you can wake up empowered, knowing that awareness brings strength and clarity. A warning is not the same as a verdict, and a signal is not the same as defeat. God allows certain dreams so that you can grow in discernment and respond with courage rather than panic. There is a difference between dreams shaped by stress and dreams that touch the deeper places of the soul. Spiritual signals are meant to guide you closer to truth and not push you into fear or confusion. When a person learns to interpret dreams through faith, they stop being a victim of imagination and become a student of wisdom. Dreams that seem dark can actually become doors to greater light when you seek understanding instead of running from them. They remind you that your life has purpose and that your spirit is being trained to recognize what needs prayer and attention. This shift in mindset turns every troubling vision into an opportunity for growth and spiritual maturity. You are not powerless when you dream, and you are not helpless when you wake up. Every signal is an invitation to stand firm in faith and trust that God is in control of both night and day. When fear whispers that something evil is working against you, truth answers that greater is the power of God within you. Dreams do not rule your destiny because your faith and your choices shape your future. By seeing dreams as warnings and not final judgments, you reclaim peace and confidence in your spiritual walk. Let every dream push you closer to prayer, deeper into faith, and stronger in the assurance that light always overcomes darkness. Many people notice that certain dream themes repeat again and again, and these patterns are designed to stir fear and unsettle the heart. When the same images return, the mind begins to believe that danger is always present and peace is out of reach. But awareness changes everything, because what is understood can no longer secretly control you. These patterns are not proof of defeat, but signs that your spirit is learning to recognize what tries to disturb your peace. Once you see that fear is the true target, you stop focusing on the dream itself and start strengthening your faith. Recognition breaks the cycle of confusion and replaces it with calm and confidence. Confusion weakens people when it goes unchallenged, but clarity restores strength and direction. When dream patterns are exposed, they lose the power to intimidate and manipulate the emotions. Instead of asking why this is happening to me, you begin to ask, what lesson can I learn from this experience? Every repeated theme becomes a mirror showing where courage must rise and faith must grow. You are not meant to live under emotional pressure from what you see at night. You are meant to rule your thoughts with truth and peace when morning comes. Understanding these patterns transforms fear into wisdom and anxiety into spiritual maturity. You realize that your mind is being trained to stand firm rather than panic at every strange image. Peace is restored when you refuse to let imagination control your heart and instead allow faith to guide your response. Every time you choose prayer over worry, you take back authority over your inner life. What once disturbed you now strengthens you, and what once confused you now teaches you resilience. Let every recognized pattern remind you that light grows stronger when darkness is understood and rejected. True strength is not found in fear, but in faith that stands firm when the mind feels uncertain. Prayer is not a last response, but the first line of defense for anyone seeking peace and clarity. When a person turns to God with sincerity, every troubling thought begins to lose its power. Faith reminds you that no dream and no darkness has authority over your life. Your spirit is protected by truth and guided by light that cannot be overcome. Through prayer and trust, you learn that you are never alone in your battles. Repentance is not about shame, but about renewal and restoration of the heart. It clears the mind and opens the soul to peace that passes understanding. When you align your life with faith, fear no longer controls your emotions or decisions. Every prayer strengthens your confidence, and every act of trust builds spiritual resilience. You begin to walk with assurance, knowing that your future is guarded by divine care. This is the power of choosing faith over doubt and hope over anxiety. Spiritual authority is not something distant or reserved for a few, but a gift given to every believer. When you speak words of faith, your heart becomes calm and your thoughts become steady. What once caused distress becomes a reminder to lean deeper into prayer and truth. Peace replaces fear when you realize that light always has the final word. Your life is not shaped by shadows, but by the strength of your faith and choices. Let every challenge draw you closer to God and stronger in the certainty that peace will always rise above fear. In closing, remember that dreams do not exist to rule your life, but to guide your spirit toward greater awareness and faith. What once caused fear can now become a doorway to wisdom, prayer, and inner strength. You are not a victim of darkness, but a carrier of light, equipped with truth, peace, and spiritual authority. When you respond with prayer instead of panic and faith instead of confusion, every hidden work of fear loses its power. Stand firm in what you believe, walk boldly in peace, and trust that God is greater than every shadow that tries to rise against you. Your future is not shaped by fear but by faith, and your victory begins with confidence in the light that lives within you.